Well, anyway, what she was able to do is what a preacher is supposed to do. She was able, this word did something. It wasn't whether or not she was excited. Yeah, she was excited about it, but she was able to put forth what you're talking about, a vision or a concept, and which is a secular side of it. But what preachers are supposed to do is put the word of God forth. And it's that word then that changes or inspires. It's that spirit that makes people different, that the changes you were talking about that happens.
Yeah, and here you go down this other line here in my response to you. You could almost get into this platonic thing, saying that education is just being let out. Yeah, being let out. The knowledge is already present, being let out. But here, with respect to the word, that word is always external.
Always.
And it can never be an external documentation of the Spirit. The Spirit is dialectically related to the Word, but Spirit is born on wings of the Word. Word does not arise out of the activity of the Spirit. This is very important. And if we lose that, which we're in danger of doing, we have created Random Baptist or something else. I don't know what to lose this. Okay, forging a fellowship entails a left-hand ordering. Okay? I think forging a fellowship, just the words. And I don't mean to be negative about it. But it is hierarchical in nature. And if you're going to put a church down, you better be doing it. You better be doing that left-hand stuff. Foraging for fellowship, however, is the continual need of alienated human beings, right? Attempting always to find the being with in a field in which they encounter only being alongside. So we forge a fellowship that's an engineering operation where we try to put structures down that allow for mutual accountability and authority. But when we are about the forging for fellowship, deeper motivation is a forging after fellowship, which is that deep spiritual need of human beings to overcome their alienation, their deep not-at-homeness with themselves, with others, and with the universe. And it's that deep motivation, that salvific concern that motivates us to even go about a task of this proper ordering in the field of the left hand. So, again, you get this nice relationship between the right and the left. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, first of all, I love the way you do the play on words. Forging a fellowship and foraging for a fellowship. And most of us are in the latter position, I think. And the whole idea of striving for this being with, this yearning, this drive that we talk about, and finding only, so very often, just being alongside, doesn't that almost always result not in being with or being alongside, but being against? Very often.
Yeah, that's interesting.
To a certain extent, I'd be happy with being alongside. I'm just tired of being against all the time.
Well, it's an interesting thing to chat with him. When you think of being with, you would like marriages to be with. Each one would be with the other, internally related. And that easily slips into a being against. When the marriage partners no longer are affected by the other, where their internal relationships become mere externality, merely a relationship with the left.
Right.
So this is very interesting because what I'm suggesting here, I think what you suggested, is that that being against, well, it fits with what we said earlier, is a spiritual relationship.
That's right.
Where being alongside of is a fleshly.
Yep.
Oh, wow, that's really good. Yeah.
Back to my early programmers. No, I never saw myself as a manager of a hierarchical nature, but a coach of a team, an enabler, a facilitator, if you could put it in a spiritual context, my spiritual gift to them was to be the enabler and the coach, but that made me not hierarchically above them, but an equal with a different gift. And they were all gifted in different ways. And my gift was simply to enable them, facilitate them. But there was not that much hierarchy, except when the law came in and I had to do reviews and I had to, and which destroyed the whole thing. I hated that time of year because then you lose that team type of a thing.
This is interesting. Go ahead if you want. I have something interesting to say. Go ahead.
I've been wrestling with the notion that the whole issue of the rise of hierarchy is simply fallen man's attempt to shortcut his way to the intimacy that is actually supposed to occur. It's the shortcut. Rather than doing the hard work of actually trying to be with, we shortcut our way with hierarchical notion. Debbie and I despise, and I can say this honestly, she's not here.
You can say it courageously.
I can say that, no, it's fine. No, I think I'm on good ground here, but Debbie and I despise the external expectations that you hear about married couples. You know, these stupid, when we were first married, you run across 7 ways to make your marriage better in Ladies' Home Journal, some of these goofy magazines. And she reads some of this stuff to me and she starts snorting. I didn't have to say a word, because we were on the same page here. To actually allow our intimacy to be defined by some externals that would be imposed from whatever has never made any sense to us at all. And and those shortcuts that people, we see that doing a lot of damage to couples because they attempt to follow externally established hierarchical.
Yeah, that's putting unrealistic expectations on a technique, which a technique is law.
Yeah. And
method is law. And you got to have methods, but that's not the purpose of the law. The law can't create.
Right.
And this being with is a creation.
Yeah.
That's nicely said too. Being with is a creation.
Exactly.
Yeah. A law can't do it.
A lot of that.
And the same thing, we're always got pressure from the bishops. Go to the pastor's conference.
Yes.
Collegiality, chumminess. Well, you can't force it. They're dumb. I don't like them. They're lousy